BuzzChomp is back with more of Only Murders in the Building, and this time it's episode 5. I'm Dan Salem, and it's all about the red herring. In episode 5, we were totally following the trail of a red herring. This show was basically catching up our trio with the information that we as the audience already knew. Oscar is the man in the tie-dye hoodie. We knew that. Charles and Oliver found out that Mabel knew Tim, which we knew. And Zoe was murdered at the top of their building, which we knew. Apparently Charles did not, and Oliver could barely remember. Oscar is lying to Mabel, which we assumed. He went up to Tim's apartment right as he was shot. Now they show us about him to knock on the door, and then he hears the bullet. I still think he's lying about that. This is a red herring in and of itself. Oliver and Charles kind of think Mabel maybe did it. Then they think maybe Oscar did it. Those are red herrings. But we as the audience kind of know better, right? Did Tim kill himself? Did Zoe's sister kill Tim? Maybe Oscar's dad killed Tim. It's definitely part of the Hardy Boys that took Tim down. I'm not buying the red herring of the cousin Tabo's tattoo parlor, and then Tim knowing he was going to get axed because he's trying to chase down an illegal jewelry seller. Tim had all of Zoe's stolen jewelry. Zoe probably got killed because she was stealing jewelry or not ponying up to the person that was selling it on the back end. How did Tim come into all the possession of all of this jewelry that Zoe stole? There's a big gaping hole there. I don't believe that the seller killed Tim. I kind of thought Tim might be the seller. And so if Oscar knows Tim is the seller, and he's covering for Tim because Oscar was involved, then maybe he did go to prison, rightfully so, just for the wrong crime. Zoe was murdered, I think, because of the illegal jewelry operation. Tim was murdered because of the illegal jewelry operation. Oscar went to prison for the same reason in a roundabout way. I also think Mabel is involved. And Mabel and Oscar had a relationship, and they are teasing about the rekindling of it. It's going to blow up in her face. Charles and Oliver literally had the old car blow up in their face. This was a very funny episode, full of little information, yet it was a nice jaunt to a new location with a few tidbits of, I guess, tantalizing details, if nothing else. What are the facts? Tim's dead. Zoe's dead. Oscar went to prison and is out. Mabel disappeared, reappears 10 years later as Tim dies. So both Mabel and Oscar appear right before Tim's death. And the last time they were at the apartment building was when Zoe died. Tim witnessed it. Mabel and Oscar did not. Zoe's dead. Oscar's dad is very angry. There are missing pieces. I come back to the fact that Zoe owned an entire floor of the building and then stole lots of jewelry. Who else has a floor of the building? The only person we know of is Sting. I think Sting knows more than he is letting on. When it comes to red herrings, the most obvious thing is obviously wrong. The most obvious thing would be that Mabel and Oscar were involved with Tim's death. That's probably wrong. Now, there's these new podcasters, and that was kind of a tease. I don't think they're involved with the murder. But the fact is, someone living in the building is involved with both murders. These murders are intimately linked. Now, who would gain most from the murder of Tim? There are a lot of people. A lot of people. The jewelry is interesting. I think the jewelry itself is a red herring. I don't think it is indicative of who killed him. Nothing that we've learned has thrown me off the scent of it being Zoe's sister, someone related to Zoe, or perhaps someone related to Oscar. The dad feels like a shot in the dark, but we did see him once. And generally, you get a picture of the killer, and then they disappear on you. And then they throw you all these red herrings to make you forget. We never met Zoe's sister, but we did meet Oscar's dad. Who else have we met? We met a lot of people in the elevator. There was a lot of people at that HOA meeting / funeral. I'm waiting for something a little juicier. Because they also threw in that tidbit before about how their podcast got stolen by Cinda. Why? Who went to prison? We saw Mabel covered in blood. Why? Who'd she kill? Something is amiss. I'm Dan Salem. Subscribe to BuzzChomp for more of Only Murders in the Building and other great TV. And comment below with who you think is the murderer, the red herring, and what information is coming up next. Woo!